What's good, people? Today, the topic of interest is three unpleasant truths to continuously remind yourself, because these are the things that will light the fire in your belly and keep you going, especially when you're getting tired and you're getting worn down. So, the first unpleasant truth to continuously remind yourself is that no one is coming to save you. So, when I say no one is coming to save you, what exactly do I mean by that? So when I say no one's coming to save you, what I'm getting at is like you may be in this place right now, or you will be at some point where you'll be faced with some form of affliction, some form of challenge, right? Like things are going wrong in your life. Maybe you're struggling with your mental health, or you're struggling with your physical health, or maybe you're struggling financially, or maybe you've just struggling emotionally. You've just had a heartbreak, right? So things are going wrong in your life. And sometimes when you have all these things going wrong in your life, these forms of affliction, there's a part of you that kind of prays and kind of hopes that these things will just zap away. They'll suddenly go away and things will be better. You kind of like you're on an island in an ocean, and you're waiting for civilization to come and get you. Like civilization will come. You're waiting for the camaraderie. You're waiting for the people, the white knight to come and save you. But the reality of life is that no one's coming to save you from that island. There is no help. There is no rescue force. They're not coming. Right? What you're gonna have to do is go pick up those little pieces of wood, build yourself a boat, and row yourself back to civilization. That's how life works. People aren't gonna come and zap away your problems for you. Right? No one's coming to save you. Good example of this. During lockdown, I've been training with my little brother. So he's not like my biological little brother, but I consider him my little brother. So I hadn't seen him for a long time, and he reached out to me during lockdown, and he's like, "Oh, Josh, you know what? I'm not happy with my mental state. I'm feeling out of shape. I'm feeling depressed." And I was thinking, and he went, "You know what? I can't keep living this way. I can't keep being unhappy with myself. So I want to move myself forward. I want to train with you. Will you train me?" So it was one of the most one of the most heartwarming messages ever. So he's trained with me over this lockdown. So he's been consistent. So in the cold, we've been running, we've been shifting the weights. And when we started, some of his friends would come in. They were like, "Yeah, we'll come." And little by little, when it became inconvenient, they slowly started to whittle away, and it's been just me and him. Now, why has he been able to stick at it for so long? The reason being is because he's got to the place in his mind where he understands that these problems that he has aren't gonna go away. Nobody's gonna come and save him from them. Right? No one's gonna make him like feel better about the way that he feels. Nobody's gonna make his body improve. No one's gonna make his self-esteem improve. No one's gonna do that for him. He has to do that for himself. And as a result, he's doing well, right? He's shifting the weight. He's doing amazing, right? Utmost respect for him. But that's from understanding that no one's coming to save him. And when I say no one's coming to save you, it doesn't mean that you have to like solve all your problems by yourself. It just means that you understand that it's on you now. The onus is on you. It's your responsibility to move yourself forward, to move yourself past these things. So that could mean that you go out and you ask for help. But that means that you do things that will better yourself. Okay, that means that you start reading books, educating yourself, watching videos like mine. No, you're doing things to move yourself forward. You've got to take the onus on you, because this thing that we call change, this thing of overcoming, is a very ugly process, right? It takes commitment. But you've got to get to that place where you realize that it's on me to make things better. Otherwise, they won't improve. And a small part of people can think like, especially in the religious circles, you can believe like, well, I pray to God all the time. Maybe God will zap away my problems. Reality is this: God will not zap away your problems. Now, let me tell you why He won't. The reason why God won't zap away your problems is because it doesn't really fix the true problem. It doesn't fix the source. Because let's say even if God did zap away your problems, let's say hypothetically He did, you know what, afflictions are over, off they go. It doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't change you. So even if they did zap away and it left you the way you are, you'd create the same circumstances once again, because you've not changed as a person. Things get better when you change as a person first. So it's that internal work that has to happen first. So that's the first thing. No one's coming to save you. The second thing, unpleasant truth to remember, is that there is always time. So there's no such thing as being too busy. It's always a matter of priorities. So when you really understand that and you comprehend and you realize that there is no such thing as not having time or being too busy, all the excuses of not achieving, all the excuses of not making progress go right out the window. Now it's total accountability. Because a lot of the time when you tell yourself, like, I don't have time, I'm too busy, when we break down your day and we really look at what you're doing, there is time, right? We spend so much time on Netflix, we spend so much time on entertainment, we spend so much time scrolling on Insta. All this time can be used to move yourself forward. And even if you're super busy and you're doing other things, then it just comes down to priorities. Maybe you need to just prioritize something else. You need to give something else up to make time for the thing that you want to do. Because your dreams and your goals, they're not just gonna land on you. They're gonna require sacrifice on your part. You have to give something up. That's the nature of the game. Like just for my example, just for me to be able to do these videos, on a day-to-day basis, I've had to give things up. All right, one of the things that I've had to give up or reduce on is anime, and I love anime. Anime is it makes me so happy. But I've not watched a lot of anime. Like over the last month, I've probably watched anime maybe three times. Three times in the last month. I don't think I've had a day where I've been able to just sit down and do nothing. I've not had the luxury of that. But that's a result of making the decision to commit to doing these videos on a day-to-day basis. I had to find the time from somewhere, and it's the same with you guys, right? You have to find the time, or you have to make the time. Otherwise, things won't change. Things will just stay in the same place. And this leads me back to my third point, which links to there is always time. This is it. Things will not change. Your dreams will not happen unless you start working on them right now. So unless you're working on your dreams and your goals in the present moment, they will not come to fruition. Because the reality is that, like, what a lot of us do is we forecast a brighter future. Like, you know, my dreams will happen. I'll be a famous musician. I'll have loads of money. I'll be an entrepreneur. Now, all these things are beautiful, right? All these things are like great to think about. But the reality is that future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the present moment. Now, if you're not doing anything in the present moment to make that ideal future become a reality, you continue to live the same life. You continue to live your life in cycles. Like we'll be having the same conversations 4, 5, 6, 10 years down the line. You'll be in the same spot because you're not taking action. You're not doing something in the present moment to move yourself forward, to create that ideal. And this is a little small key distinction. You got to do something in the present moment, otherwise things won't change. So when you continuously remind yourself of these things, all the days where you're tired, the days that you're lagging, it's like you remember, I got to get my butt in gear. So one, no one's coming to save you. Two, there is always time. It's just a question of priorities. And number three, your dreams won't come to fruition unless you're doing something in the present moment to move yourself there. Otherwise, you're deluded. So that's the video of the day. You guys take care, and I'll be back again tomorrow for the next one. Peace.